Hello guys, and here we are on a new swing trade in blue. Once again, I've changed the format a bit where what I'm going to do is just show you guys at the end of each day any change I made to the position as opposed to trying to return the recording on midday. Just makes things a little bit more efficient for me. So we picked up blue here at 47.66. You can see kind of right here. Just drawing this line. Essentially what we did is pick this up as it broke through yesterday's high. You can see a little popped up right here. So we entered this position automatically. It's part of a optimized swing trading scan that I have. Initial stop is going to be about $1 away. So somewhere probably in this area, call it $1, maybe $2 actually. Right here. And then the game plan is to, as always, once we get about times our risk, we're going to exit half between 1 to 2 times our risk, and then use this moving average as a trailing stop on the rest. So here we are back on blue. We actually just opened this really recently. We opened it, I think, yesterday, the day before. And we have this kind of monster run that we got today. I think this is part of the short covering rally we're seeing here. Basically, we got, depending on our risk, I'll have to go back and look, but between 1 and 2 times our risk pretty quickly. So I've just liquidated half the position. Now the game plan is to hold the rest and just trail it behind this short-term moving average. You can see this line right here. Again, no magic to this, but just to have some sort of systematic exit. If things get crazy, then I will liquidate another half and hold on to the rest. But again, we're trying to take the profits quickly to put us in a no-lose situation on the trade. And then we're just going to let it continue pushing as things go. Just ride that trend until that trend discontinues. So until I see you guys next time, trade safe. Hello everyone, and here we are on blue. I'm just going to summarize the exit of this trade, and I'll do the whole wrap up at a later time. So here on blue, essentially we got stopped out the rest for another $1,017. You can see right here, and that was essentially just because we had this push up. I was looking like a genius in through here, and then we've had these 3 days pullback. Now I broke a little bit of my rules, and I just want to be upfront, take this into the next trade. But the theory was a close below, at or below this this moving average, and you can see that actually happened kind of way up here at $53, and my exit was at 52. And it was one of those, I just wanted to give it another shot, but really it was below enough of the moving average that I should have exited and kind of moved on, but I didn't. So what happened was this morning, as we opened up and started to chop around, I just moved my stop loss up under this area, and we crashed through it, stopping me out. So that's the end of that trade. And again, I'll do all this wrap up on the entire trade in a little bit. Hey guys, and here we are just for the wrap up for blue. So essentially just going to take a second and just talk about what I would have done better in this trade. So this blue line here is thereabouts our entry. Our stop was down here, which is about 2 points away, so about $1,000 risk. We got to cover our risk pretty quickly on that first half, and the numbers will be above me here, the exact numbers, but this is kind of what I wanted to talk about with this trade. So the rules are essentially you buy the stock, the stop loss goes in and around the bottom of the day before, which I did that correctly. We sell half when we're somewhere between 2R, 1 or 2R, give or take, which I did that correctly. And then the final rule says a close below this short-term moving average, which for me is the 8 EMA. Doesn't matter. There's no fanciness to this moving average, but it's just what I use for a simple trailing stop mechanism. And you can see that we actually got that close right here after 3 down days in a row. I then overwrote the rules and said, well, with this many down days in a row, maybe we get a bounce tomorrow and we're still above this resistance area, so maybe I should take a shot. And you can see that didn't work out. But what I want to talk about is that it shouldn't matter if that worked out. if the stock gapped up to $80 here and I sold it, I still want to count that as a bad trade, and I still want to write down in my journal and talk to you guys about how I shouldn't have done that, right? And this is just a kind of takeaway I want you guys to get from this video, where I want you to separate outcome and then whether or not it was a good or a bad trade. So there's winning trades and losing trades, and there's good trades and bad trades. And a winning trade is not necessarily a good trade, and a losing trade is not necessarily a bad trade. It's more about that if you are doing the correct things, that's a good trade. And over the long run, doing the correct things, following your rules, are going to lead to more winning trades. However, it's just important to note that you can, in theory, come into your trading station and smash your forehead as hard as you want on your keyboard and make money. That won't be a sustainable model, however. Again, just a little break that I had of the rules. I wanted to scorn myself a little bit publicly for you guys and just talk about what we're going to do. Now, that being said, this is still a 2-hour trade. So I'm still happy every time I make 1.5 to 2 hours or more. I'm very happy with the trade. I know that it's something that's repeatable, that as long as I can keep a decent win rate on and keep my risk management good enough, that I can continue to profit off of this trading style. But I just wanted to, kind of say, hey, we all slip up and break the rules. Just make sure that when you do it, you do something like I'm doing here, which is just kind of yelling at myself, just doing it on YouTube, where I'm saying you can't do this continuously, because even though it was only, the difference here was, I think, 3 points, but we had 250 shares. So that was about $700. If I continue to break rules and continue to skew my trading in that downward direction, then that's not a path to growth. And that's what we're always after, is how to get better and how to pull more out of this game while we can. So again, that's it for this trade. Happy with the trade, unhappy with my performance when it came to the final result. Learn it, don't blame anyone else. Don't blame anything else. Blame yourself, and then just say, okay, I'll see you guys in the next trade.